Ay, ay, ay.
Vanessa, get off my back. Vanessa, get off my back.
In videos of people that have been in Medellin, right, in Colombia. And what's funny is, well, let's just find out.
It's December, almost Christmas in Medellin, and this scopolamine queen believes she has Maria Alejandra Salgado Ortega, a devious scopolamine queen based in Medellin, Colombia.
She threw it?
She threw a bunch of shit.
Oh my God.
Ella sí
Tell
la
him.
cogió, pero es que el momento que ella la vio, porque
Let's keep going. Let's keep going. It's something that I found very interesting that a lot of these stories have in common.
By using fake identification.
It's something that I found very interesting that a lot of these stories have in common. It's something that I found very interesting that a lot of these girls have in common.
This is Brenda, in tears because a couple of days earlier she had been drugged and robbed by 3 girls.
It's something that I found. Let's just sit right here and look at this pretty face. How I found the girl that drugged and robbed me in Medellin. I've watched quite a few videos, Obi Lands and quite a few videos over the past week or so. And there's one thing that all of these women have in common. And that one thing is their twos, their threes, their fours, their fives. Out of the 10 or so videos that I've watched, I could not find one woman that I found attractive. I could not find one woman where her body was like, ooh-wee. Her face was like, I gotta have that. A lot of these women that are doing in Colombia, a lot of these women that are doing in Colombia really don't look that attractive.
3 girls that a friend had invited back to his apartment with having lost over 20 victims.
And this is nothing against the brother that has this Obi Land account. I can go to some other YouTube accounts as well, but look at that right there. Right? The objective of passport roles, the foundational objective of passport roles is to go overseas and look for these quote unquote submissive women that they think are over there. Even though a lot of these women during my travels are very much so westernized, very much so just like Americans. But the objective, the foundational objective of passport rowing is to go overseas and find these submissive women overseas. Go overseas and find these foreign beauties, these women that are attractive. Here's the thing, gentlemen, men and women, whoever is watching. I am not going overseas to find something that I could have found in New York, Texas, Atlanta, or Florida, or any one of the states in this great country of America. Let me repeat that again. I am not going overseas to find a 5. I could have found a 5 at Walmart or Target or Costco. I could have found a 5 at the grocery store. Matter of fact, I've seen women that worked at grocery stores that look better than this woman in this picture. I don't see how men are going overseas and with all those women in Parquejeras, all those women in Medellin, on these various streets and clubs and discos and lounges at the park. I don't see how men can go to Colombia and with all those women that they see, they go and pick up something like this. With all those women on Tinder, they swipe right on something like this. Let's be honest. Listen, first and foremost, I feel sorry for the women that I feel sorry for the men that have been through these unfortunate circumstances. I do. I feel sorry for them. It breaks my heart. It does. But I still can't fathom why some of you picked who you picked. Why some of you decided, hey, I want that woman to come to my house. I don't understand it. There's various videos, and I might go through one or two more, but I can't figure out why a man will go say, hey, there's all these 8s, 9s, and 10s in Colombia, in Medellin, and let me pick the least attractive one. And it begs the question, are men desperate in Medellin? Are men desperate?
Every single seasoned veteran.
Are men at the point where they are taking anything that they can get? Are men at the point where the first woman that swipes right on them and matches with them, they connect? The first woman that swipes right on them and sends them a message like, ooh, yes, I can't wait, I'm so excited. A lot of men, and this is to the utmost respect, a lot of men go overseas and get their self-esteem boosted, and they find themselves in vulnerable situations. Let me repeat that again. Meditate on it. Soak on it. A lot of men go overseas and get their self-esteem boosted. Then they find themselves in vulnerable situations. Because some of these women, they've never talked to a day in their life. They've never dated anyone like them. They've never had anyone that had bodies like them. And when a halfway decent woman talks to them, they get excited. They're not thinking. When a halfway woman talks to them, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They have that thrill, that intensity that leaves them vulnerable. Let's talk about a few things, right? Let's look at this right here, right? DC born Rob, right? Respect to the brother. Let's look at something, right? Let's look at his thumbnail, right? And let's be honest with each other, guys, right? Listen, I don't care what anyone's into. Has absolutely nothing to do with me. But a lot of men are going down to Colombia to live a second life. A lot of men are going down to Colombia to fulfill fantasies. A lot of men are going down to Colombia to do things that they don't want people in their home country, in the States, to know that they're doing. And that's messing with these kind of people. That's messing with these kind of people. Let's be honest, right? Let's be honest with each other. It's two kinds of people that are getting tourists, right? I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to Colombia in like 2 months, right? It's two kinds of people that are getting these tourists. These kind of people that Mr. Rob has on his thumbnail, in 4s and 5s, that are taking advantage of low self-esteem men. I'm going to repeat that again. 4s and 5s that are taking advantage of low self-esteem men. Because out of all the videos that I've watched over the past 2 or 3 days of the pictures and videos of women that men in Colombia, I could not find one woman that I personally would have picked out of the 100 women that are in the park, the 75 women that are in Gustos, the 90 women that are in La Isla, or the 300 or 400 women splattered throughout the various clubs in Medellin and said, hey, I want that one. I could not have picked any of these women that were men in Colombia out of all the women in Medellin. And I'm not sure how some of y'all are doing. I don't know if y'all are looking for the lowest price. And maybe that's it. Maybe guys are going up to these women and saying, hey, how much for this? Right? And the women in the clubs, the women in Lisla, the women in Gustos are saying $100, $150, $200. And you find a woman on the street. And her way is to get you, in order to do this, is to give you a low price. You find a woman on the street and she say $40 or $50. You're like, oh, wow, that's the cheapest price I got all night. And you're like, man, this is great. I found one. But in her mind, she's like, man, this is great. I found one. So you're thinking you're getting lucky. And she's thinking she's getting lucky too. And maybe that's it. Maybe I found the riddle. Maybe I solved this case. Call me Detective Chris. You men are going out there looking for the cheapest you can find. And when you find it, she's obviously a 4 or a 3 because there's no 8, 9, or 10 going for $50. So you men are going out there looking for the cheapest you can find. And when you find it, you get excited. You take her home. You wake up, this is gone, this is gone, you got these gone, your laptop's gone, she might leave your passport, and you're looking like Boo Boo the Fool. You men are going out there messing with these kind of women, living your secret life. Like, man, no one's going to see me out here. I'm not going to see anyone from work, anyone from school, anyone from the gym in Colombia. I'm going to mess with these kind of women where no one can see me, and they're like, these are gone. Man, what happened? And I don't wish any of these vicious acts, I don't know if I call it vicious, stupidity maybe. I don't wish none of these acts on anyone. But we as men, especially you men that were have to take some sort of responsibility. And I've talked about this in a previous video, maybe a couple of years ago, but I'm going to do a full-length video again of things men should do to stay safe. And not just in Colombia, but all around the world. Because I'm going to show y'all Colombia. I'm going to show y'all the great side of Colombia. I'm going to show y'all the positivity. I'm going to show y'all it's safe. It's been plenty of times I've walked from Gusto's and walked home drunk, stumbling. Plenty of times. No one came behind me, and I've never had any issues. But some people, right, look like a victim. You know, I was once a man that had negative thoughts, right? I was once a child until I became a man. And I used to, growing up, right? Here's the criminal mindset, right? Here's the criminal mindset, right? From a criminal mindset. I'm going to give you the criminal mindset. When I used to be hanging out with the fellas, right, in high school, right, in the neighborhood, right, you look for people that were potential victims, right, allegedly. You look for people that will be easy. Listen, if a guy, I'll give you an example. If a criminal, right, this is what I read, this is what I watched on YouTube. If a criminal was looking to take advantage of someone or to take something from someone, they're not looking, when they see that guy that's walking around that's 6'2", 5'10", 210 pounds, 220 pounds, looks like he works out, carries himself well, looks like he's going to put up a fight. 9 times out of 10, they're going to avoid him. They're like, People look for soft targets. People look for those that are vulnerable. People look for easy. What they call nowadays, new terminology, licks. I don't know. I just heard it. They look for easy victims. And don't get me wrong, stumbling home drunk, the multiple times that I did it in Colombia was a horrible idea. And I'm not sure I would do it again. One, I'm trying to stop drinking, but it probably wasn't a great idea. But I've done it. But some people make themselves victims. If you're trying to hustle and you're trying to find the cheapest thing you can find, you're going to be a victim. You're probably that woman's first customer all week. You might be a first customer all month because there's just so many women out there. You might be a first customer all month. She's like, man, I can make 50 or 60 off of him, and that'll last me a couple days, or I can make 600 or 6,000 if I. So what do you think she's going to do? Because most men aren't going down there looking for what's on the screen right here. So if you're her first customer all week, you're her first customer all month, she's likely to try to take advantage of it. Listen, be smart. I'm going to do a full video on how to stay safe in Colombia since everyone's scared. Oh, Colombia's safe. Colombia's dangerous. Colombia's dangerous. No, you soft. You were scared in the States. You were scared in high school. You were scared in college. You've been scared your whole life. And someone says Colombia's violent, people getting robbed. Oh, I don't want to go to Colombia. Oh, Colombia's dangerous. No, you just scary. It's you. It's not Colombia. It's you. You've been scary. You scared to walk outside in the States. You scared to go to the gas station alone. You scared. You scared to go to Walmart after 10 o'clock. It's you. It's not Colombia. It's you. Well, I'm going to do a full video on how to stay safe in Colombia, man. But, respectfully, All respect, I don't wish any of this on anyone, but respectfully, like, all the videos I watched of people that have been, it was your fault. I'm just being honest. It could have been avoided.